Hello everyone, this is a Samurai Jack review for Season 5, Episode 9, and to dub this episode, I would dub it The Showdown, because, at least in my opinion, I wasn't exactly expecting Aku to show up this early. I thought it was going to be like the very final episode. The episode would start off with finding Aku, and then finally fighting him through the whole episode, and then that's that. I didn't think that he would actually show up by, like, the midpoint of this episode, so that threw me in for a bit of a twist, mostly because, well, my main man, Scaramouche, is finally back. I was thinking, man, it's been a while since we've seen him, and the last time that we have seen him was he was just a floating head in the ocean, and I was thinking, well, how is he exactly going to get back? Turns out he apparently got these tiny little squid octopus legs, or tentacles, to go on land and finally get his way over to Aku, and Aku didn't exactly listen to him at first, but he convinced him to say, like, nah, man, this samurai doesn't have his swordo, let's go, and Aku's like, oh yeah, alright, that's good, but, you know, of course, everyone kind of saw this coming, you know, when Scaramouche would tell Aku that Jack didn't have his sword, Jack will get his sword back, and, you know, I was so sad when Scaramouche actually, you know, got vaporized, basically. So heartfelt. I really liked the character, actually. He was honestly my favorite character throughout this entire season, even though he only did appear for pretty much one episode, and then he was ahead for the next, and then basically this, only a few seconds. I was really expecting the showdown to be a 2v2, Jack versus Aku, and then Scaramouche versus Ashi, but that doesn't happen because, of course, pretty much this fight is going to be involving Jack versus Aku and Ashi, because Ashi still has like that 1 to 5% of Aku still within her body, and Aku takes advantage of that and pretty much turns Ashi against Jack. And what she said of like, oh, you know, you should just kill me so you don't have to fight me exactly anymore. I really do not want her to die, mostly because I just don't want all the people to say like, oh yeah, she's gonna die and things like that. After she got redeemed, her part's over. She's gonna, you know, kick the bucket soon enough. And I'm thinking, no, I don't want that. That'd just be, I would hate that to happen, because like I actually like Ashi. She's a really cool character, and like they redeem her and then they just immediately kill her off. I don't want that to happen. And then when she kind of like teases that in a bit, I was just saying to myself, please do not let that happen. I don't want them to be right, and I also don't want you to die. I kind of have the same mentality of Jack. I like Ashi. I don't want her to be dead this soon. But if she does end up dying, I might cry, actually. That's gonna suck. I slightly cried when Scaramouche got vaporized. I'm gonna definitely cry if Ashi dies, but, you know, Aku's got Jack's sword, the one thing that can pretty much stop Aku, and I thought, oh, Aku's just gonna use the sword against Jack now. That doesn't exactly work, because there is an episode where Aku did try to stab Jack many times with the sword, but the sword actually does nothing to Jack, because Jack is pretty much pure good. But now I think about it, I don't know if that still counts, because back then, he was pretty much the definition of good. He was just good, and then Aku is, of course, the definition of evil. But with all the actions that Jack has done over the 50 years, I don't know if, like, that sword could actually hurt him now. So that might be something they might put into play. And another big thing that I could probably talk about is that everyone was slightly hyping up that, like, oh yeah, Jack is in the same area where he fought the Guardian, the one guy that, like, Jack couldn't beat, and actually took Jack down without even trying, and denied Jack of going back to the past, and kind of foreshadowed this entire season, more or less, or at least what Jack looks like in a sense. But we don't get to see him in this episode. He's pretty much dead. We don't know if, like, I'm pretty sure it has been hinted that he's pretty much immortal, but something took him out, because all we see are his shades, the red shades that he had. But yeah, I was really hoping that we would see the Guardian or something like that, but nope, he's dead or just missing or something. So yeah, this episode is really action-packed, and kind of like what I said with last episode, it does kind of work, because in my last episode review, of me predicting this one, I did say that why Jack is alone is that he's going to be going on his own and not with Ashi anymore because he doesn't want her to get hurt. That's basically what it was in this case, but now he's forced to pretty much fight her. So I don't know what Jack is going to do. He doesn't have the one thing that can stop Aku, his favorite sword, which he just got back, and then now he's got to be fighting against the one thing that he loves right now, and that being Ashi, and now she's like this Aku hybrid, basically. She's basically a mini Aku in a sense. So yeah, and actually for all we know, the Scotsman, he hasn't done anything. He did say that he had a plan coming up and something like that. He was gonna assemble a bigger army or something like that. So maybe he might show up within the finale. Who knows? It's gonna be really cool to see if he does show up and things like that as a ghost, basically. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other discussion topics you guys want me to talk about? I'll try to answer the best I can. Support me on my Patreon if you want to. Link is in the description. Want to draw any fan art for the channel? It would be greatly appreciated. Link for email and Twitter are also in the description. That's where you could send it to. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know what to do. Bye.